pit lane. We're ready to go. Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, and to an exciting video where you join me, where I've just arrived at a certain destination, Silverstone, to get things underway. I have been waiting for this day for quite a long time. It feels like a dream come true, really, just to be in this situation. But a lot of you may be aware that this year is a little bit different for me. I'm making my racing return in the Porsche UK series. Today is the first official test day. So this is where you see where all your competitors are, how quick you are on the day, where you stand, everything else, and how much work you need to do before the first race. And I'll take you behind the scenes with the team, with the trucks, show you all the data, see where we are. And obviously the first drive of the car will be in this video as well. And yeah, obviously I'm sure you've all seen the news, what's been going on recently, so we're all here being very, very careful, and the main thing, that everyone's health is the biggest priority at the moment. That is 100% sure, for sure. So I hope you'll all be very, very safe. Obviously we like to hope that the first race is going ahead on the date at the end of April, but we don't know anymore. If it had to be postponed and delayed a little bit, like I say, everyone's health is 100% the priority, and we are very much with that. So until we hear any differently, we don't know any different. But today we have to continue as usual, but just be safe and yeah, crack on. So let's go, enjoy the day, and come on board in the new car. So I've just arrived and the first session is underway. So the GT4 cars are underway. I'm not going to be in the car till a little bit later on today, just because the team are doing a couple of preparation stuff to my car. So I'm actually feel like sort of test driver on the sidelines watching. But the first session's underway, and these are my competitors for the year. So I'm sort of sat here watching them, seeing everything that they're doing, and watching the timing, because I get timing on my phone so I can see every different sector that these guys are doing. So when I jump in the car later, I kind of know exactly where they're at, and then when I look at my dash, I know exactly where then I'm at. Okay, one of the first cars which I've spotted in the car park is an RS Q8, and one of the first times that I've seen one of these out and about, ladies and gentlemen. We have here is you have a Gen 1 GT3 RS, which is like the same as mine, but obviously in a different colour with the ceramic brakes as well. Shame I didn't have bring mine down today, because that would have been quite cool, wouldn't it? But that's sat out here as well. Let's go a little bit further here, because this is the team I'm racing for this year. Redline Racing. Redline Racing are the team I'm racing for. Raced for them back in 2010. But what we have here is our trucks. So these are our two trucks which will follow us round the country for the racing season, which is very, very cool. And I like how they got Porsche on the sort of visor there. What we do in there, in these offices, is where we go through all the data. So it's top secret as well. Taking a whole race team around, two trucks following you around for the season. It's that's why when people ask, motor racing is expensive, it is expensive. And we are all set. I'm all kitted up. You'll see my new suit very shortly. As you can see, you've seen these before actually, but my new suit, my new gold suit, which is very cool. What we have behind me is we have my car directly behind me, and no livery on it at the moment. The livery, this car goes to get wrapped in about a week, so then the livery is going to be put on the car. So for I guess the media day which we're on today, we decided just to leave it white, not give too much away with the livery, because today we're just testing, we're just getting a feel for it, and then after that we will then put the livery on my race car. So all of that will happen, of course. But how cool is this? We're in the main pits at Silverstone. So as you can see, this is exactly where the Formula 1 all happens. There's the Formula 1 start line just there. All our pit boards line up just there, and our team, the crew, talk to us from there. But as you can see, here is the car all parked up, and there we go. Today you are going to jump on board with me and you are going to see how we get on. But yeah, like I say, in the white livery at the moment, but as you can see, these might Maybe, we'll see. You'll see what's going to go on with it. But like I say, if you don't know the GT4 Club Sport, 380 brake horsepower, they are mega. They are mega little bits of kit, and around Silverstone International, where we're going today, these are lapping seriously quickly as well. About 1:07. That's really the lap time which are happening as well. As you know, you get a little bit of downforce from the rear wing, nothing crazy. But one thing which is really impressive is how much you can run these cars with the engine. You could do basically a whole season's racing on one engine without having to rebuild it. What you have over there, just if we walk a little bit closer, because there is also the Porsche Carrera Cup Media Day today. These cars, these are also in the same team as us. These, you have to rebuild the engine quite a lot. And that means that you've got to pay sort of like thousands of thousands to rebuild those engines. So that's one thing that you have to do. But how good do these look? This is our team. This is a team. Look how many cars we're running this year. There's quite a few of us. They're running cars in the Carrera Cup car class this year, Redline. I think these cars, from this angle, they do look mega, don't they? And when this has a livery on it, you just wait. It is going to be a game changer. It's going to change all of it. And all my sponsors are obviously going to go in different places, and they are all going to be revealed. We have an amazing company from America which are going to be going on the front of the car, and then we have others which are going to go around. The company on the front, we've actually mentioned them before. They're called the D. McKaylee Group. They are going to be on there very shortly, but then the rest of them all to be revealed. And if we have a little look inside here, this is where the magic happens. So today I will be flat out in here. We'll be talking to the team and everything, and we'll be going absolutely flat out. I feel at home in here already. It is cool. So what you have in here, you do have a sequential box, but what you do here is you just put that to the side, and then your paddles are then activated right there. It actually does have a key, which is pretty crazy that this car actually has a key. And then what you have on your dash is when we turn the ignition on, you can see the ignition comes on, and you can see the park just there. You get your oil temperature, your oil pressure, your water temp, your fuel use, and then your brake bias, which is very important to balance where you want your more brake balance to the front, or you want more brake balance to the rear, and that is all changed on this little toggle just there. On the top right hand side, you have your lap time. We've not been out for half an hour, so that's why it says 31 minutes. I'm not that slow, I promise you. And then your difference off to your best time, it will then give you your theoretical time there as well. What you have in the center, you have your tire pressures, so you can see your tire pressures just there. Just in case you have a little bit of a problem, you can actually see that, and then that will give you what your exact pressures are, make you feel more at ease. We have different things here, so the radio to talk to the team, I just click there and then I go to the radio. I have a pit limiter, so when I come down the pits I make sure I don't exceed the pit speed limiter, your drink, and then you have different buttons to do different things there, and then obviously your paddles up, down the gears, up the gears. And when you haven't been in the car for a little while like me, these are the kinds of things which you get in here, you get familiar. And I like to spend a little bit of time to myself in the car before I get going, because I have not been in it for a little while. And then once you're in, you get going. Something like that, you know? Just taking an interview, Dino, thanks. I am famous, yeah. No, I'm not. Porsche, because obviously it's such an amazing brand. I've actually got GT Carrera itself, but no, it's just going to be amazing for my sponsors as well, everyone involved, to be involved with such a cool brand. It's fantastic. The aim is to be back at somewhere like the Mall and document it on my YouTube channel and bring people along for the ride. That's really the main aim. And then if I can do that and bring all my fans along and stuff like that, be good. We're now getting ready for the first time in the car. Earpieces, so yeah, so just going to get a proper feeling for the car, build it up. Am I ready, Dino, or not?
You ready? You look ready.
No, just going to build it up and then just get a, you know, bed the car in, right?
Yeah. Go and do 5-6 laps, see how you get on, see how you feel. Bring back some memories, this lad.
Pit lane, we're ready to go. I won't talk when we're going out, so let's just run number 1 done in the car, and it went really well. Times were good as well, which is positive, but that was really just a chance to get to see the car, see what the setup's like, then we work forwards from now. So for me, I'm going to jump back in the car. We got run number 2 to go, and I want to show you that as well, because we're going to progress quickly and the times are going to fall really quickly as well. So we're going to go and do that and then just see how we go. So I'm going to talk you through a lap around Silverstone International in my Cayman GT4. 4th gear up to 5th, this corner's quick, straight down to 4th and chuck the car in, get the apex and straight back on the power. The rear wants to really step out. 4th up to 5th, little short shift, braking a nice straight line with hard braking. 3rd down to 2nd, carry the speed in, when you get to the apex, straight back on the power, up to 3rd, flat round this left, and then braking in 3rd gear and just sending the car in, carrying the speed. You see it just wants to step out on me, but then I'm straight back on the power once the rear is settled. Here I'm looking down on my dash. I know that this lap is pretty good and for well up the timesheets at this point if I get this all correct. Braking into stow, I turn just before I brake, I settle the rear down into 3rd. You saw the ABS light come on, the rear wants to really step out, but then I'm straight back on the power, trying not to use too much exit curb as well. I keep it in 4th, the light will flash, it means I've got a good exit. Down to 2nd, getting the apex just there, battling the car, turning the car through the right, again it wants to step out, and then 3rd, up to 4th, flat around the right, and then that is a lap of Silverstone International. Okay, and I've just jumped out of the car. You would have seen the onboards which were going on there. We're quick.
Good, really good.
Okay, so
genuinely, I'm impressed.
Yeah?
I know we're mates, but I'm also looking after him performance-wise this year. And I have to say, session 1, bang, straight in.
We're good, we're good, we're fine. So we'll explain everything which is going on. You would have just been seeing the onboards there in the previous clip. And yeah, we only had sort of a couple of sessions today, well, one session I jumped in for. And in terms times wise, that's probably the bit which everyone will probably want to know. Yeah. Where are you on timing? Are you going to be at the front? Well, Dino raced this car last year. He was a multiple race winner in Porsche Carrera Cup and all over Europe, etc. And we were 1.5 tenths apart.
Off me, yeah.
And I'd basically had 3-4 years off.
Yeah.
So we're looking all right.
So we really put Archie to the test today. Like I was pushing really hard, and I managed to do like a really low 107. And Archie's kind of jumped in and had to kind of push and see where we wanted to really test and see where he was at. I managed to get 107.4, so 1.5 tenths off what I was able to do. Super impressive at this stage. We're really happy. We like to think that we're going to be running, there's obviously little things which we'll show you, but we like to think that we're going to be at the front. I've got his laptop and we're going to show a little thing about where I made a little bit of an error, and I'll try and replay it on the screen as we're talking about this, because you'll want to know where did you lose the time. I think that's what people will want to know.
I mean, turn 1, you brake nice and late, carry good speed into the apex, and you use all the road on the exit. Genuinely, really good. You lose a tiny little bit in turn 1 compared to me. You lose a bit of time through this turn 2, turn 3, whatever you want to call it. but then I can see it wide because you've got a car ahead of you. So I'm going to give you a bit of leeway on that. Into here, you muller me so much quicker.
How much quicker? Can you pause and tell everyone?
No, I shan't.
3 temps. 3 temps, got him!
So at this point, Archie and I were neck and neck. Right, literally side by side, would have been exactly the same time. And I've done quite a bit in this car, so really, really pleasing to see that you...
Oh, quicker than you?
No, it was neck.
Okay.
I haven't lost it just yet. Into Stowe, famous Stowe. Braking point, exactly the same. Use all the road, just about legal. I think that actually would have been disqualified.
Is that disqualification?
I mean, it would be close.
I mean, we're on the edge.
This is where you made a mistake on your lap. Other than that, we were neck and neck all the way through, pretty much. Brake nice and late. You just weren't very disciplined through this corner. You got on the power too early, come out too wide compared to me. I'm going to be on a better line, and I muller you on the exit. Bit of a mistake on the exit there to you.
I just was too much of a hero.
Tried to be.
But apart from that, we are not a million miles away. And we were just saying, is that how much testing we're going to do? We're not going to do loads of testing because it costs money to go testing. Obviously, with what's going on in the world at the moment, it's we are unsure when the first race is going to be. We hope it's on time, but we also are well aware what's going on, and everyone's health and safety is more important. But we hope that we're going to be there bang on time. We might do a couple more days, and then we'll see where we're at. But we like to think at this point we are right in the mix, and we're going to be on sharp.
We will do a couple more days. I want you to do a couple more days because you need to sharpen up. But certainly from day one's perspective, day one is your first proper run out on tyres and everything. Super impressive.
If we were going to start the weekend now, where would I be?
I would say if you just start the weekend now, you'd be fighting for the top 3.
Yeah.
Missing a couple of tenths to P1 probably, but you know, P1, P2, those guys have been out nearly every day since January.
So fine it up with another couple of days.
Refine the skills, like getting on a bike, just blow away the cobwebs,
and then we're off.
And then we're away.
Anyway, we will leave this there. I hope you have enjoyed it. There's lots coming up with the racing and everything else, and which is coming up. We'll keep you updated fully on the movements of what we're doing, the next test days, the next movement on the racing, etc., and the race days, and we'll go from there. Leave it there.
Can't wait.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I will see you all very soon.